What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Open Mic Network. You don't need to adjust your TV. You don't need to adjust your phone, tablet, laptop, gaming system, however you may be watching this. We are indeed live, and we've got a universe stream for you tonight. Tribute to the troops. We're glad to have you here. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, welcome in. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, and we're glad to have you here with us. Okay, we're good. Just want to make sure we were. All right, hold on. All right. Technical issues aside, we are good. Just want to make sure we were getting the correct audio over on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, welcome in. If you're watching on Twitch, welcome in as well. We are ready to roll. Let's run through the matches. We've got 6 on the card tonight. And we're just a week away. Now, a week in universe time. It's going to be a little bit longer than a week in our IRL time. But based on the universe calendar, we are a week away from our next pay-per-view, Starrcade. We're talking a lot about that tonight. We'll go through some of the matches that we can expect on that show. Some of them tie into what we've got going on tonight. Some of them have nothing to do with Starrcade. They just are maybe some feuds that have been going on the TV side and are not going to be highlighted when we get to the pay-per-view. But also, could be a few things that happen tonight that affect Starrcade and beyond. We will deal with those as well. So before we get going, let me make sure that I get this sent out to everybody so everybody knows that we are live. But I appreciate you guys coming and spending some of your Saturday night with us. I was trying to do the math. I think it's been maybe October was the last Open Mic Universe stream, live stream that we did. Now, we have done a few wrestling streams on both Twitch and YouTube. We have done we've done some pay-per-view watch-alongs. We've done some pay-per-view live reactions. We've done a few in 2K25 when the game first came out. We did a launch night stream, kind of going around how I set up my universe and some of the settings and sliders that I use to really kind of help the matches be a little bit more realistic than kind of the default settings. I think sometimes when you're dealing with the default settings, they're not as good, not as strong when you're doing an AI versus AI universe. So we did that, but as far as I think the last live stream we did was the final night of the Great American Bash Tour from Greensboro. Because that was, Great American Bash was the entire month of July. Then when we moved into August, everything pretty much moved over to YouTube. We did the weekly, we broke down, where we would have Raw, Nitro, Thunder, and SmackDown. The pay-per-views were done over there. And, again, I love the way that I'm able to kind of put the stories together now. I don't feel as limited as I may have back when we were doing just the streams. Bink, what's going on, buddy? How are you tonight, man? But I do miss the live. We've had this is a universe that's been going for 3 years, and it's been all online, whether it was streaming or now on YouTube. And we've got a great community. So I do miss, 3, 4, sometimes 5 nights a week interacting with everybody, hanging out, the live component of it. I do miss that. But I do think that the universe has improved since we took it to YouTube, so that it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm doing good, man. I've been busy as hell. For those of you that are new, I coach high school basketball, and we are in the middle of our summer camp / league, even though it's not really a league because we're kind of traveling all over the place. I feel like I've been out of town every other day since June started. We've taken our team to multiple colleges this month, playing in their team camps. I was in Alabama yesterday, in Huntsville. Back, glad to be back in Tennessee. And none of these trips have been like overnight trips. So it's been like leaving early as hell in the morning, either driving 2 to 3 hours at least somewhere, playing multiple games in a day, at least 3, sometimes more, then driving back, getting back at 10, 11 o'clock at night in some cases. It's been, but it's been good. We've had a good month. I know the Tigers, they got spanked today by the Reds, because it was actually a game that I forgot was on. The Reds are one of the teams we get here as like a local team here in Nashville. And I'm kind of glad I forgot it was on, because I turned it on in the 9th and they were down like 11-1. So, but they've been doing pretty good. They've I got a good feeling about this Tiger team. They're the team to watch coming out of the American League this year. No, it's not hell. It's just it's a lot. And this year we're doing things a little bit different. We're not. Normally everything is over 4 weeks. This year we're doing it in 3. And as crazy as these weeks have been, it's kind of been good, because I know I've got my last week coming up, and we're actually not going. We're going like maybe a town over for a big like coaches event that's going on, where a lot of college coaches from all over the country will be kind of going and watching a bunch of the best players from Tennessee in one area over one weekend. So we've got that. So that won't be too bad, and then just some practices. But the travel time is down. Braves are heating up. Maybe we'll see a Braves and Tigers World Series this year. All right, so I've talked enough. Again, really appreciate everybody being here, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, you get to enjoy this ad-free. If you're watching on Twitch, you get to watch it free with ads, unless you are a subscriber. And if you are, thank you for being a subscriber to the Open Mic Universe. So my advice, if you're not a subscriber, I would go watch it over on the YouTube side. And guess what? I am going to throw the link right there in the chat. You can click that, join over on YouTube, and you'll miss the handful of State Farm ads and possibly Pizza Hut ads that'll more than likely be coming your way. So, King Prather, what's going on? You got ad-free on Twitch. There you go. There you go. But anyway, it's good to be here. We're going to this is probably going forward how we're going to do the content in on the live stream side. It's going to be Saturday night. Saturday night's main events. Obviously, a night like tonight, Tribute to the Troops, which originally this was going to be a Saturday night's main event. And then I was like, well, wait, we're in December in the calendar. Tribute to the Troops, we'll just do that. We'll do some Saturday night's main events that will be just WWE nights. We'll do some Clash of the Champions, which will be just WCW nights. But Tribute to the Troops, we've got 3 matches from each brand, each side. When is my next MLB? Maybe Monday. The Queen, Charlotte Flair. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. If you are indeed the true Queen, Charlotte Flair, you better get your gear on, because you will be wrestling in match number 2 tonight. But kicking things off, we're going to have a steel cage match between the Trick Mello Gang and Los Lotharios. Now, if you're here for the first time, you might be looking at that and going, why the hell are these two having a match? Well, over the last few weeks, these two teams have met in matches that have ended in, I don't want to say controversial manner, but not a very fulfilling end to the matches. First matchup between the two, Angel covered Mello. Referee goes down to make the count. Mello actually grabs the bottom rope, which, if the referee sees that, should stop the count. Ref wasn't in a good position, didn't see it. She counted 3. And Los Lotharios got the win. The following week, they would run it back again. This time, the match would end via countout as Trick and Mello would get the win. They were, I think it was Berto that was not able to get back into the ring before the count of 10. So that one ended via countout. This one, they're going to meet in a steel cage. There's not going to be any ropes to break counts. There's not going to be any countouts whatsoever. We're going to get a clear-cut winner here. And again, it's kind of a nice little organic story that kind of played out that isn't a good enough feud to play out when we get to Starrcade next week. But we've got a little story to tell. We've got a little resolution that hopefully will definitely come down here tonight. Match number 2. She's here in the chat. The Queen Charlotte Flair will take on the woman that is heading to Starrcade to challenge Raquel Rodriguez for the WCW Women's Championship, Bianca Belair. These two were actually teammates back at Survivor Series. They were both a part of the team representing WCW in the Women's War Games match that was successful in defeating the team from WWE. That'll be match number 2. Match number 3. We're going to see Ludwig Kaiser taking on CM Punk. All members of Imperium barred from ringside. This has been kind of a feud between Punk and Imperium that's been going on for a while now. Punk will meet Gunther at Starrcade in a fight pit, but Punk's been having some fun dealing out some vengeance to each of the members of Imperium, and he will get Gunther locked inside the fight pit coming up at Starrcade. Match number 4, we're going to see Dirty Dom taking on the WCW United States Champion. Main event, Jey Uso. In Jay's corner, R-Truth. In Dom's corner, his dirtbag, deadbeat dad, Despicable Ray. Originally, it was supposed to be Ray versus Jay, but Dom, being the spoiled brat that he is, he begged his dad, please, daddy, let me have this match. And Ray, being the kind of dad that can never say no, he said, sure, son, take my place, take this ass beating, and wrestle on Tribute to the Troops against Jey Uso. These 4 will meet in tag team action at Starrcade. The LWO versus Jay and R-Truth. But we will see the singles match, Dom and Jay, here in match number 4. Match number 5 is going to be a handicap match that the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, went to WWE management and demanded. If you missed SmackDown that premiered on YouTube this morning, you saw that Rollins was headed to the ring for an Intercontinental Champion Open Challenge. He never made it, as he was attacked backstage by both Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Rollins is defending the Intercontinental title against Jacob Fatu coming up at Starrcade. But tonight, now that he's actually, even though the odds are not in his favor, he knows what's ahead. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa aren't going to have the ability to use the weapons that they had backstage, aren't going to be able to double team Rollins like they did backstage. They will have to comply with tag team rules. They're going to have to, it's going to be one in at a time. They're going to have to make tags to get into the ring. That's match number 5. And our main event It's going to be the WCW World Champion Cody Rhodes taking on The Miz. And if you missed Thunder this week, The Miz, the former WCW television champion, lost that title about a month back to LA Knight. Knight has been out of action. He got injured by AJ Styles in the lead-up to Survivor Series. He has been on the shelf. But Miz showed up this week on Thunder with a replica WCW television title. And now he's claiming to be the real TV champ. And he proposed on this Tribute to the Troops, since he was the greatest TV champ of all time, as well as the star of the Marine franchise series, he wanted to have a WCW Champions Exhibition, the WCW World Champion versus the WCW Television Champion, the two most prestigious belts in WCW, in the Miz's mind. And so, even though nobody recognizes Miz as the champion, Cody said, "What the hell? We will meet at Tribute to the Troops." So that will be our main event. Cody will be defending the WCW World title against AJ Styles at Starrcade in a no disqualification match. So that's the rundown of the card. 6 matches, 3 WWE, 3 WCW. I feel like I've been talking nonstop for about 4 minutes, so let's jump into it. Let's get the show started. Steel cage match, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes versus Los Lotharios. James, welcome in to the stream on Twitch. If you guys are watching, whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube, I will try to do my best. Thank you for the follow as well. I will try to do my best to, if something's said in one chat, I'll read it all out, so that way if you're watching on YouTube, you may not know what the hell's going on Twitch. But if you'd like to watch on YouTube, the link is in the chat. You can join us over there as well. Nick, what is going on, man? Sorry. Seth will definitely have his hands full, that's for sure. So the way that my universe works, if you are new for the first time here, instead of the brand split of WWE, I just turned my mic off. WWE and WCW, the brand split here is WWE and WCW instead of Raw and SmackDown. And this universe is actually in its 3rd year. We are in Season 3. It started all the way back in 2K23. And it's carried over for each game that has come out. And basically what I did when I started is we wiped the rosters completely clear and did a draft to fill out both rosters on the WWE and WCW side. There's no crossover between the two brands other than the Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank. And then Survivor Series is a brand versus brand show. It's all WWE versus WCW matches, team matches. So you've got a men's war game, women's war games. There are the traditional old school Survivor Series elimination tag matches. And basically what's on the line there is the winning brand gets the final 4 spots in both the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. They get the main event slot of Night 2 of WrestleMania. And then also, the winning brand gets the first pick in the yearly draft. And so, this past year, it was WWE just a few weeks ago that won Survivor Series. So they've got the bragging rights right now. But the universe is pretty much exclusively on YouTube. I've got new episodes come out every other day. We've got it's basically each show, we'll get, like today, SmackDown came out. We've got this show tonight, but we'll do like a compilation called This Week in the Open Mic Universe. That's kind of a compilation of all the week's episodes. That'll come out on Monday. Wednesday will be the following week's Raw. Friday, Nitro. So it's just every other day we've got a new episode that comes out. And then, obviously, the pay-per-views at the end of the month. So we've got a lot of content over on YouTube. If you want to dive into what's been going on, the YouTube side, the YouTube content has only been that's only been over there since probably November. Originally, the universe was a streaming show. We would stream it here on Twitch, and then eventually I would, put together some compilations and clips and upload them on YouTube. I started doing that in June of last year. Before that, it was all Twitch. Everything was here on Twitch. And then I started doing compilations last year, probably around this time. And then in November, late October, early November, the universe just moved over to YouTube. So now we've got Carmelo Hayes that's escaped. Angel looking to escape the cage as well, and so is Berto. It's Trick Williams not moving down on the mat. Trick doesn't get up. This may be the quickest steel cage match in history. Why Berto didn't try to climb out? That doesn't make any sense. Trick went after Angel. You get out of the cage. I don't know. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So now it's down to 2. Yeah, my sliders are kind of adjusted in a more realistic manner, so we don't really get, it used to be a lot worse. If you go with the base default settings. Trick trying to escape the cage here. You know what we could have did? We would always do it during. See, this just goes to show you how long it's been since we've done a universe stream. The rest of the matches, we'll do predictions in the chat. You can wager your mic drops, which are our channel points. and pick who you think is going to win. Now Angel getting one leg over the top. Now trying to bring that second leg over. I don't know that Trick's going to get up. There he goes. We got some movement. He better hurry, though. I think it might be too late. And it is. Run to the door, Trick. Los Lotharios able to escape the cage. They are your winners here in this opening bout. The steel cage match to kick off Tribute to the Troops. Yeah, again, because I haven't done the universe in so long on stream, I forgot all about doing the predictions. All right, up next. Well, I've already said it, so we got to put it in the chat. So let's see. All right, who will win? And Charlotte Flair might be in our chat today. So, she followed the channel. She was here at the beginning of the stream. She might be here. So we will set this for 5 minutes since we've got intros. You've got 5 minutes to wager your mic drops, your channel points. Who's going to win this one? Is it going to be the Queen Charlotte Flair? Or is it going to be the woman that heads to Starrcade to challenge Bianca Belair for the WCW Women's Championship? Let's find out. Bianca on her way to the ring. Raquel jumping her from behind. There is some history between these two. Bianca did cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam. She announced her cash in ahead of time, which I thought was kind of stupid. Raquel was able to retain. Then these two ladies found themselves on the same team along with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, representing WCW in the Women's War Games match. And then a few weeks back on Nitro, Bianca won a triple threat against Charlotte and Rhea to earn the Starrcade opportunity. Bianca is a former WWE Women's Champion in our universe, still looking for her first championship in WCW. Nick, are you still here with us, or have you taken off? I only watched maybe the first segment of SmackDown last night. I've got it on my DVR. I need to try to get around to watching it. I saw I saw the results. I saw like the main stuff that happened, but Bianca still feeling the effects of that attack at the hands of her Starrcade opponent. Two ladies better get back in the ring. Okay. All right, we're going to call an audible because that just sucked. And damn it, it's my universe. I can make the rules. We're gonna restart that one. That was pretty pathetic. I mean, I'm okay with a count out. It doesn't have to be a pinfall or submission every time, but I'd like to at least get a little bit of a match going before. Which I guess technically she did get jumped on the way to the ring, but I don't know. I feel like that steel cage match didn't really deliver. Bianca with the quick cover. So for the new people that are here, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, who is your favorite wrestler? It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who could be somebody from the past. It doesn't have to be necessarily somebody who is active today. Nick says Piper Niven in the Twitch chat. We know he's full of shit. Nick's favorite wrestler is Matt Riddle, the Barefoot Warrior. Don't lie to the people, Nick. I know it's been a while since we've had an open mic stream. I know it's been a while since we've heard from you. Don't come showing up here spreading lies. You know it's Matt Riddle. Nick was heartbroken when Riddle was released from his WWE contract. Have you been? When was the last time you were live? I know you had that one day that you were, like a Friday or whatever, you were playing some college football. I've been on the road, man. 2 weeks ago. I feel like I've been on since then. That night, I think I came. I think I streamed that night. With an MLB stream. But I've been on the road pretty much the entire month of June. Either been in a car or on a bus. Nick, tell me your Bucks aren't going to try to trade for Kevin Durant. Try to stack the team to help Giannis. So I'm hoping my Pistons don't try to do something stupid and try to trade for him. Queen Charlotte Flair is getting sleepy. You hope not. Team up with Dame. I don't know, man. I hope he stays away from my Pistons. These two are determined to have a countout. My God. Now Raquel making a reappearance. EST not happy to see her. Now she is going to, looks like maybe have some words up at the top of the ramp. Bianca. Referee trying to talk some sense into Bianca, but Bianca and now Raquel, these two trading blows back and forth. The Rent-A-Cop and the Black Turtleneck security crew coming out to try to break this thing up. Yeah, lackluster pretty much sums it up. We're not going to do a rematch of that one. All right. Up next, we've got Ludwig Kaiser and CM Punk. Punk will be taking on the leader of Imperium, Gunther, in a fight pit. Coming up at Starrcade. Start another one here. We'll do 2 minutes on this prediction. Now, this deal that's been going on between Punk and Imperium, it's been going on for a little over a month. Punk was facing Gunther in a match one-on-one. Ludwig Kaiser was in his corner. There was a moment in the match where the referee got knocked out. Kaiser slid a chair into the ring. Gunther used it to basically beat the hell out of CM Punk. Gunther got the win, and then after the match, if that wasn't enough, Gunther wanted the chair again. Kaiser handed it to him. Proceeded to beat the hell out of Punk some more, and then Kaiser wanted in on the action. So he took the chair and attacked Punk with it as well. Punk's been kind of on a vengeance tour ever since. Carefully picking and choosing his spots and laying some ass beatings down on the entire group of Imperium. Always catching them when they're all not together, which gotta give Punk some credit for being smart on picking and choosing his spots wisely, but he will get Gunther inside of a fight pit at Starrcade. And the only way to win in a fight pit is by knockout or submission. We know how tough Gunther can be. And if we're being real, CM Punk doesn't have the best track record inside of cages when the rules are knockout or submission. So CM Punk might be in a little bit of trouble at Starrcade. Welcome in to those of you that are just joining us, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Got some new people that have popped in. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. This would have been good to hit send on the tweet that I posted. Never sent out. I do know that the notification did go out on Discord. We have had a lot of people from our Discord join in. Glad to have everybody here. Queen Charlotte Flair is going to sleep. Appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you for the follow. Hope to see you somewhere down the line. Definitely check out our universe over on YouTube and stay up to date on what's going on over there. For those of you watching on Twitch, here is a link to the YouTube channel where the Open Mic Universe lives. Like I said, we've got new episodes out every other day. So some weeks you get 4 open mic videos, some weeks 3, 7 over the course of 2 weeks. I don't know if there's anybody kicking out more WWE Universe content at a quicker rate than I am. Sometimes I don't know if that's a good thing, but damn it, we'll take it. Punk having some trouble here with Mr. Tiffany Stratton. Only gets a 2 count. Nick, when's the next stream formerly known as Big Nick Streams going to be coming out? We had our guy Terrence. He was live on YouTube. He did a YouTube exclusive stream yesterday, day before. I don't know. I know it's Saturday. I know that. Beyond that, all these days have kind of been running together, so who knows? Only gets a count of 2. I mean, the main thing, Nick, when you feel the itch to hit that live button, do it. When you don't. Elbow drop, but Kaiser able to move out of the way. This is the last week of basketball for me, so we will start having some MLB streams this week. We'll probably go Monday and Wednesday, maybe. I'll have to wait and see. Either Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. We will pick back up with our Tigers franchise. I also want to do all the packs that I unlocked playing that and a few things of Diamond Dynasty. There's probably over 200 there. We'll rip those open, and I haven't even touched Diamond Dynasty in probably 2 weeks. But we will have this week, GTS connects CM Punk with the victory. Probably helped too that Giovanni Vinci and Gunther barred from ringside. Gunther was told if he showed up or Vinci showed up, that not only would his match with CM Punk at Starrcade be called off, but potentially Gunther may have seen a sizable fine and a potential suspension along with it. So probably smart on Gunther to stay away. Next up, we've got Dirty Dom. Let's do our predictions real quick. Dirty Dom taking on the WCW United States Champion and the man that has been undefeated in singles competition since coming over to WCW during the Great American Bash Tour. So he has not lost a match since he has come to WCW. And he ended the 10-month reign of Drew McIntyre, who was WCW US champ for 10 months. So Let's throw some predictions up here. Who do you think is going to win? Dirty Dom or Jey Uso? You've got... Oh, we'll do 5 minutes for this one. What the hell? 5 minutes to make your selections. Like I said earlier in the stream, Dom and Ray will team up. We didn't get a... For some reason we didn't get the... Oh yeah, entrance is off. I don't know why the hell that is. Got to see the entrances. Going no entrance is like old school open mic universe. We only did the entrances, remember, way back. We only did the entrances for the pay-per-views. We did not do them on the TV shows, but Dirty Dom will team with his despicable dirtbag dad, Despicable Ray. They will be taking on Jay and R-Truth at Starrcade. And what led to this matchup, Dom and Ray were on a winning traditional Survivor Series elimination tag match at Survivor Series. Jay and Truth were a part of Cody Rhodes' team in the men's War Games match. They, of course, came up short in that one, as The Rock and his new bloodline would defeat them to give WWE the win at Survivor Series. Coming out of Survivor Series, there we go. Jay coming through the crowd. We're going to get to see the weird Jay hovering over the seats or over the stairs. No, they actually have him on the stairs. Okay. Maybe it's just the Thunder Arena for some reason. He just kind of hovers. But Dom, after Survivor Series, went on social media, was talking a lot of shit, blaming the loss on R-Truth, even though it was AJ Styles that took the pinfall in that one. And so, Truth being Truth, went to WCW management and said he didn't care who it was. He would take on either Tom or Nick Mysterio, either one, or both. And in their one-on-one match afterwards, Dom would attack or try to attack Truth with a chair. And his new buddy Jey Uso would come out and make the save. And then this past week on Thunder, we've got a tournament going right now to see who will... We're trying to find two tag teams that will go on to Starrcade to take on the Dudleys in the three-team TLC tag match for the WCW tag team titles. And Dom and Ray were in that tournament. They were jumped by Truth and Jay on their way to the ring, and eventually the Motor City Machine Guns would get the victory in that one and move on to the second round. So Dom and Ray thought they would be competing at Starrcade. They thought it would be in the TLC tag match. And instead, they will be taking on Jay and R-Truth instead. Jay only getting a count of 1. So for our new people that we have here tonight, I'll run down our champions on both brands. On the WWE side, the world champion since Halloween Havoc. He puts emphasis on the dick in Dictator, The Rock who returned at SummerSlam and has really kind of flipped the WWE upside down since coming back. The final boss, not only the WWE World Champion, but he is the High Chief of the new Bloodline, which in all honesty looks pretty similar to the old Bloodline. It's himself, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Jay able to get his shoulder up. Our Intercontinental Champion is Seth freaking Rollins. U.S. Champ, Braun Strowman. Ray grabbing the leg of Jey Uso. And now R-Truth trying to get involved in this one. Referee tossing them both. Dom can't believe it. Being the spoiled brat that he is, he wants his daddy to do something, but Ray powerless. He is sent to the back, float over DDT, but Dom fights his way out. Uso able to kick out. WWE United States Champion Braun Strowman, the WWE Tag Team Champions are Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the WWE Women's Champion Ivy Nile. On the WCW side, World Champion is Cody Rhodes, United States Champion Jey Uso, Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar. Despite what you will see in our main event here today, our television champion is not The Miz. He picked up a replica title over at Fanatics. And Jay remains undefeated in singles competition since coming to WCW. And if Ray wasn't sent to the back, maybe the result may have been different, but Dom not able to do it on his own as Jey Uso picks up the win. But our television champion in WCW is LA Knight. Tag team champions are the Dudley Boys. Women's champion Raquel Rodriguez. All right. Let's see. Let's do our next prediction here. Sorry we can't do this for those of you watching on YouTube. We don't have the ability to do that. But while they may get the fun stuff like predictions and polls and things like that, you guys are watching ad-free. So, hey, that's even better. Especially since we have an ad break coming up over on Twitch real soon. But I do my ad breaks all together at once at the top of the hour. That way we go pretty much ad-free the rest of the way. All right, you guys got 5 minutes to make your pick. Make sure the entrances are on. I think that's all the champions. Our two Money in the Bank holders did not hold on to those briefcases very long. So we've got no no outstanding Money in the Bank briefcases out there. But basically, the both brands separate Like I said, outside of the Royal Rumble, it's kind of a mixture of both brands in that one. The Money in the Bank ladder match also split in half between both brands. Survivor Series, they go head-to-head. And then each month the pay-per-views are co-branded, so it's half WWE matches, half WCW matches. And we added a new twist to the Money in the Bank cash-in. Originally, the first 2 years of the universe, when you would go to cash in, you would have to cash in on the brand that you were on. Now, if you were still holding the briefcase when the draft rolled around, if you got drafted to the opposite brand, the briefcase would go with you. But we did it a little bit differently here in year 3. You could cash in on the opposite brand. If you lost, no big deal. You go back to your original brand. Champion remains. But if you win, which is what we had this year, at the time, Jey Uso was the WWE World Champion. Mr. Money in the Bank on the men's side was Ricochet. He was in WCW. He jumped, cashed in after Jey had a pretty brutal match against Jacob Fatu. Ricochet then cashed in, became world champion. And because Jey lost, Ricochet, who won, jumped over to WWE. Jey, because he lost, had to replace Ricochet on the WCW roster. So that's how Jey Uso ended up in WCW. For some reason, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa not coming out together. I guess The Rock wanting to feature each one individually. If you missed SmackDown this morning, then that's where this match came from. We saw Seth Rollins, who pretty much on a weekly basis, even though he seems to defend his Intercontinental title each month at every pay-per-view, almost every week does an Intercontinental Open Challenge where somebody gets a shot at his Intercontinental Championship, and that was supposed to be our main event on SmackDown. Rollins' music hit. We're all sitting here waiting for him to make his entrance, and no Seth Rollins. We cut to the back, and the reason he didn't make his entrance is because of these two guys. They were beating him down in the back, left him unconscious, if I could speak. So Rollins, who is set to defend his Intercontinental title against Jacob Fatu of the Bloodline at Starrcade, went to WWE management and demanded this match. While the odds not great for Seth freaking Rollins, at least he does have the advantage that Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa will have to, on their side, abide by tag team rules and have to tag in. There won't be a straight 2-on-1 match like the beatdown that Rollins took this week on SmackDown. I want to thank all of our new followers on Twitch. Queen Charlotte Flair and James Boyle. Also want to thank our new subscribers over on YouTube. Welcome in. Appreciate you guys joining the party with us. And although the universe, we're in year 3, although the universe now kind of exclusively lives on YouTube, we are going to be doing these special events that we will live stream. We'll do some Saturday night's main events that will be just WWE shows. We'll do some Clash of the Champions. That'll be WCW shows. Then we'll even do a few special ones like this one. It's kind of a co-branded special event. Tama Tonga in to break up the count. So those of you that are watching, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, what do you guys think is going to be the end result of how things are going to play out with John Cena? Is it going to be Cody that finally takes the belt off of him, or is it going to be somebody else? Or are they going to let him walk away with the belt? End up being the biggest heel in wrestling history by taking the WWE Undisputed World Championship away for good. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't really been the biggest fan of how this has played out. I kind of feel like it could have been done a little bit better. Only for the standpoint of, I think Cena's a god-awful actor. When he's trying to act like him in the movies, I think he does a pretty good job in some of the roles that he's got. But I almost feel like when it comes to wrestling, he's almost overacting. Rollins with a pedigree, but having to crawl over to make the cover. Tonga Loa in to stop the count. But I've said all along, I thought that, like, I just don't, like this whole, whatever he's doing, curb stomp, it's just bad acting to me. And so I almost would have rather had him, like, keep maybe getting opportunities or coming up short. Rollins. And Seth Rollins wins the handicap match. Somehow, some way. We'll see if this win here tonight gives him a little bit of a momentum boost heading into Starrcade, where he will have his hands full against Jacob Fatu. He has been the consummate fighting champion since becoming Intercontinental Champion back at SummerSlam. But I think he's going to have his biggest test to date. He gets in there with the Samoan Werewolf. But I almost would have rather seen Cena get desperate. The clock's ticking. He's getting down on his dates. And then he has to do something outside of the John Cena character to win it. And then the justification is, well, I was trying to get to number 17. Although the character he is playing now is kind of what a lot of people have thought what John Cena is for a long time anyway, so I don't know. I just haven't really been a big fan of how it's played out, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right. Next, we've got our main event. in what The Miz is calling an exhibition of champions. The WCW World Champion Cody Rhodes and The Miz, who is a former WCW television champion, lost that title maybe 6 weeks ago against LA Knight. Maybe not that long ago. Definitely at least over a month. But LA Knight was attacked. Sammy, what's going on? This is a special live event. You are here for a special happening, Sammy. Welcome in tonight. Earlier this week, I said it was the biggest simulcast of wrestling since March of 2001 when Raw and SmackDown, or Raw and Nitro, were on together on USA and TNT at the same time. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But LA Knight got taken out by AJ Styles, and he has been MIA. He's been hurt ever since. So this week on Thunder, Miz showed up with a replica title that he got at Fanatics. And believes he is the real television champion. He challenged Cody Rhodes for a Champions Exhibition. Cody, for whatever reason, decided to humor Miz, and we got this match here. It's going to be our main event. Cody will be defending the WCW World title at Starrcade against AJ Styles in a no disqualification match. But we will see what he can do here against The Miz. All right, let's do some predictions for this one. For those of you guys watching on Twitch, those of you on YouTube, I apologize, you can't participate. But again, you're watching ad-free, so I think that's kind of the better deal. So, Sammy, what stories going on in the universe have you been liking? Like we said, The Rock has been just ruining the WWE. Yeah, we're backing it up. I don't know why the entrances are not working here, but we need the entrances. All right, we already got some picks for Cody Rhodes. Not a lot of maybe not a lot of Miz fans watching tonight. I don't blame you. So while these guys are making their entrances, let me run through the Starrcade card. On the WWE side, the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line. Seth Rollins defending against Jacob Fatu. The U.S. title, Braun Strowman defends against Karrion Kross. Ivy Nile defending the WWE Women's Championship against Nia Jax. And in a fight pit, Gunther taking on CM Punk. And remember, the only way you can win inside of a fight pit is knockout or submission. Like we said, just as a reminder, CM Punk doesn't do too well under those rules inside of a cage. 0-2 in his MMA UFC career. Well, good, man. I appreciate you checking it out. Like I said, I missed the live interaction and the live stuff, like I would do with the universe before, but I do kind of feel like I could tell the stories a little bit better when it's offline. All right, now we get to see Miz. It's great, man. I love it. Trust me, guys, if you're watching on Twitch, I know Twitch doesn't want me to say this. The YouTube side, far superior to Twitch. We've just been on Twitch forever, so. And you got to like what our production guys out in the truck did. Wait till you see Miz's not the WCW World Television Champion. Nice touch from our TV guys out in the truck. As Miz, who picked up that title at Fanatics. We do have a partnership with Fanatics. I'm not going to drop it in the stream tonight. You can check out our info on all these platforms, and there's a link if you're in the market for maybe a replica title like the Miz, or any merchandise, memorabilia, or the latest T-shirt from your favorite superstar, legend, or Hall of Famer. If you use one of our links here at the Open Mic Network, it does help out the channels, I guess. And so there you go. And Fanatics always has some kind of a sale going on of some sort. Yeah, that's a lot of editing too, Sammy. To get it all to because before, they added the promo stuff this year, which has been great. But even in 24, I found a way to do the promos, and I would have people leave comments in the videos like, how did you do the promo thing? And I'd be like, well, it's basically I set it up as a hardcore match, put a microphone under the ring, have the two, if it's two guys cutting a promo or one, you just have the one pick up the mic and stand there. Obviously, we don't get voiceovers anyway, so it's me kind of telling the story as it plays out. But yeah, it is a lot of work, but I just think the presentation just works a little better on YouTube. It's just a hell of a lot more work, but again, we try to, my background is in TV and production, and I do like to try to put a high-quality product out there. People are going to spend their quality time watching any of the content, then I want to make sure we're giving you the best that we can. That could be maybe coming next year, maybe. I've seen a couple interviews with some of the developers, and I know it's something that's on their radar for sure. Which, at this point, the fact that we have promos at all is still, I think, a good thing. All right, on the WCW side for Starrcade, we've got the WCW Women's Championship, Bianca Belair challenging the Women's Champion, Raquel Rodriguez. Jey Uso and R-Truth teaming up to take on Despicable Ray and Dirty Dom of the LWO. We're going to have a 3-team TLC tag match. The WCW tag team titles. The champions, the Dudleys, will be taking on two teams that have yet to be decided. We've got one final round in the tournament to figure that out. We had, in round one, all four of the matches, we had 8 teams in the tournament. All 4 of the matches were tables matches. We had AOP defeat the War Raiders. Skull-crushing finale. Cody might be in some trouble here. Nope, gets the shoulder up. We had in another first-round matchup, the New Day defeated Pretty Deadly. The Motor City Machine Guns defeated Ray and Dom with a little help from R-Truth and Jey Uso. And then the Street Profits defeated Otis and Tozawa of the Alpha Academy. So Round one matches were all tables matches. Round two matches are ladders matches. AOP will take on the New Day on this upcoming week's Nitro. And the winner of that one will be one of the two teams heading to Starrcade. And then in the other ladder match on Thunder, it'll be the Street Profits against the Motor City Machine Guns. So it'll be the Dudleys versus either AOP and the New Day as filling out one spot, Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits in the other. And then the last match on the WCW side, it's going to be for the WCW World Heavyweight title. Cody Rhodes defends against AJ Styles in a no disqualification match. In what's kind of a rematch from Halloween Havoc, those two met at Halloween Havoc, and LA Knight was a special guest referee. Cody Rhodes picks up the win, and here comes AJ Styles. He's laying everybody out. But LA Knight, who had a pretty fast count at the end of that one. Cody, after he went back and watched the tape, wanted to try to make things right with AJ. AJ's stipulation was he wanted a rematch at Starrcade for the WCW World title, and he wanted it to be a no disqualification match. So AJ got his wish and showed up here at the end of this one. Took out Cody Rhodes and The Miz. And we will see what he does a week from now when we get to Starrcade with no disqualification rules. Will that help or hurt AJ this time around? But you got to remember something to keep in the back of your mind. LA Knight was taken out by AJ Styles. And so you know that at some point LA Knight going to be showing up with some receipts. I don't know if it's going to be at Starrcade, though. He was basically left on top of a car out in the parking garage, so he's not doing great. But so there we have it. Tribute to the troops. Congratulations to those of you who picked Cody Rhodes. You got yourself some mic drops, some channel points here on Twitch. But coming up, we've got... There you go, Sammy. Came in, played the hot hand, and got the win. So coming up on, as far as the universe goes, we will have a This Week in the Open Mic Universe this Monday over on YouTube, and it's basically a compilation of all four of that week's shows. It's a Raw, Nitro, Thunder, and SmackDown, all compiled in one video. That'll be on Monday. Wednesday will be the next Raw. Friday, the next Nitro. Sunday, the next Thunder. And then the following Tuesday will be the Go Home SmackDown heading into Starrcade. And then it'll be Starrcade, which will be up on YouTube after that. Like I said, we're going to do some more of these. We're going to do some Saturday night's main events, Clash of the Champions, and maybe some other special events we can do here as live streams. Like they're a part of the universe, but I still call my big shows pay-per-views. These could be our premium live events that you can stream live, and we can get together and hang out. And see what happens. But so that is Tribute to the Troops. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next stream we're going to do is probably going to be Monday night. We're going to play a little MLB, continue our Tigers franchise. I know it's been a couple weeks since we played that. And then after we get done basketball, I've got one more week of basketball. And then when that's done next Saturday, then what we can do is maybe before football comes out, I can finally jump into Indiana Jones. We can try that game out on stream as well. But I appreciate you guys. You day ones, you OGs that have been on the Twitch side that have supported and stuck with me, whether it's been the content here or on YouTube. You guys have been awesome, and I appreciate you. And for all of our new people, too, whether you just exclusively check out the stuff on YouTube, because some people are going to be watching this after the fact over there. I appreciate every single one of you that has watched a video, liked a video, commented, subscribed to the channel. You guys are really helping us grow our channel over there. And like I said, I have a blast doing all the stuff over on YouTube. So as long as people keep showing up and watching the videos, I'll keep making them. And I guess we get to the point where nobody shows up. And I guess just like ECW, we'll close the doors forever. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, again, you guys have been awesome. We're gonna go. We'll stay on a little bit longer on Twitch. But for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I love you guys. And be on the lookout for some new episodes coming up in the next couple of days as we get closer and closer to Starrcade. Can Cody Rhodes find a way to walk out of Starrcade still WCW champion, or will AJ Styles finally be able to get past the American Nightmare and reclaim a belt that pretty much was around his waist a good portion of the first 2.5 years of the Open Mic universe. So he's looking to get his gold back. We'll see if he can get that done at Starrcade. So those of you on YouTube, have a great weekend. I love you guys. Be on the lookout for the next video this Monday. And we will see you then. All right.